they're all getting on. There's no sort of.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
Like last year there was Lady C who sort of caused a lot of ruptions in the camp. There's no one like that this year.
Yeah.
Everyone sort of likes each other. Everyone's quite dull, really. I mean, I like Larry Lamb.
I think that's the problem, is that, unless you have a divisive character.
A divisive character, that's the word,
it doesn't really, as you say, it's all just, the problem, I suppose the thing about I'm a Celebrity is actually what they bandy together about is the tasks and the conditions. But, of course, it's always great if there's some needle in the camp as well. But
some what in the camp?
Needle. Issues.
Okay.
What did you think I said?
No, I didn't know what you meant by that. I never heard that expression before.
Oh, you never heard to needle somebody? No? Okay. No, well, you're learning this week.
I am. I'm learning. So I'm a Celebrity. I mean, it did get, the record viewing figures for ITV this year, the opening episode.
Is that really a hard thing to do?
I feel it's all a bit long-winded now because they haven't got enough sort of camp conflict to air. Yeah. The tasks are sort of take up a lot more of the episode, and they are sometimes a bit sort of repetitive. And
I think the biggest news to come out of this year was the Deck faux pas where they were standing still talking to each other rather than talking to something else.
Yeah.
That got the most
they've
press
been
coverage,
separated a lot the last couple of days. I haven't watched it since Tuesday night, I think.
Oh, will they cope?
Yes. Should we do The Apprentice again? I mean, I watched bits of this, but
I have a rant about The Apprentice this week. I have something.
You go, Gary. Gary goes rants.
Gary goes rants. Right. Well, firstly, I'll explain that the task this week was to put on an evening at a London landmark.
Yeah.
Team Titans, who won, were supposed to put on a task at the aquarium, the London Aquarium, and the other team, Pulse, is it, or something, or I can't even remember. Nebula, that's it. Nebula had Madame Two Swords. I think, therefore, they should have won because they had the better venue. And although they did seem to do some things well, they seemed a little bit better on the organisation. I think they had more guests and seemed a little bit more prepared on the evening. But they was such a mix-up on the prices. Paul was the project manager, and basically he sent half of his team off to sell, and he gave them a price, then he gave them another price. They then changed the price. There was issues about what the price included. I mean, the problem was in both teams, there just seems to be a lot of wet idiots. I said, put on Twitter, I think he's going to go and invest his $250,000 elsewhere this year.
Gary, if you remember, this is what I said at the very start of the series. That
it is. Well,
and I had a conversation with my friend who I haven't seen him in a while, and we were just talking. And he hasn't watched a lot of TV, but he has kept up with The Apprentice, and he's in the same opinion as me as this year. There are a lot of, as you say, wet idiots. There's no one who you can sort of buy running.
And if they are, they're performing really badly. I really liked Courtney, but he's coming across as just like someone who doesn't really care anymore.
I thought Paul is one of the standouts.
Well, that's right. Now, here's my rant. All through the episode, they painted Paul, and certainly edited Paul, to be this very grumpy, aggressive character. He had a go at Jessica on a number of occasions. He moved her from the sub-team to the main team so that he could put someone else in there. He argued with her in front of guests, which is obviously not good, but it was hardly a big argument. I think they edited that to kind of make it look worse than it was. And I have to say this, I didn't find that Paul was particularly aggressive in the way that they were saying. Lord Sugar in the boardroom said, "You're getting aggressive now." Now, the problem is that how do you react to that? If someone says to me, "You're becoming aggressive," and you do anything other than either keep your mouth shut, which does you no good, or go, "Yes, Lord Sugar, I agree," which he doesn't agree with, then you come across looking as aggressive. I feel for Paul. I think he was a little bit hard done by.
I agree. I was surprised when he went. I thought Jessica should have gone because I found her a bit erratic and.
I'm surprised about Jessica because this is now the third time in a row because she's done this thing where she's lied a couple of times or exaggerated the truth.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe Lord Sugar would have said, right, I've got to have honesty. You know, you can't tell me your
I
dead
think
father
Paul
needs
was
the
a much
cigars
better business prospect than Jessica. I think if you get two sort of tiny women crying and you've got this guy who's raising his voice.
Yeah, I know. And I think, see, that's what I'm saying. If you edit those parts out of the show, Paul doesn't look anywhere near aggressive. But if he's made two women cry, then he looks like an ogre. So, I don't know. I just felt a little bit.
Especially Frances, who's very tiny. She's a tiny woman.
Oh yeah.
But she's judo champion apparently. Though.
What's that? Huh?
She's a judo champion. Fran.
Well, why the hell is she crying?
Because
she should be tougher than the lot of them.
She's manipulative.
Yeah.
Bloody women.
Well, I know. Don't start. That's I'm a Celebrity Apprentice news done.
Yeah, nothing else really. I mean, yeah.
Anything to do with the X Factors that would make me watch it?
I mean, it's on right now.
No.
Fact fans, I'm just about to see Louis Walsh dancing a jig, so that'll be fun.
Isn't tonight's task Louis chooses, which is just Louis the most pathetic?
That's tonight's theme, because they do a theme each week. Well, it's Louis Loves, and then they are doing like another song as well, because there's only 5 contestants.
Right, yes.
There's only 5 contestants left now.
And they've got to fill out 7 hours worth of shows.
So it's Matt Terry, Emily Middlemas, Sarah Alto, all those A's.
Well butchered.
5 minutes after midnight or something like that.
5 after midnight, isn't it? I think.
5 after midnight. 3 after 8.
Yeah.
And Holly G still there.
I got a text off my dad last week going, she's in the bottom 2, she's going, and then 5 minutes later, she got through.
Gary, she's the realest girl in the room. Don't be a hater.
I'm not so much a hater as a card stander. Well, no.
Well, you are a diabetic, Gary, aren't you?
Yeah.
So you shouldn't be having a lot of honey.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Come on.
Well done. Well, good joke there. Right. On to pick of the week. Yes.
Yeah. Why not?
I'll go first. I'm going to go with 9 p.m. on Tuesday. Life on the Psych Ward. This is a one-off documentary following 3 patients at the Bethlem Royal Hospital, showing them in a psychiatric Maudsley Forensic Services ward. The reason I'm going to choose it is fans of the show will know that I work for that trust and have worked in that very unit that they're going to...
Are you in this?
No, I'm not in it. This was filmed after I left that unit. I moved elsewhere. But I was involved in setting up some of the meetings between my boss, the director, and this production company. But I wasn't, unfortunately, around when they came around to filming or anything. I'm really looking forward to it because, obviously, knowing full well what goes on in there and having seen it firsthand, it's incredible the work that's done, and it's incredible the people that work with these patients. And the patients are incredible. I mean, these people have done serious crimes. They're not in there just for the fact that they need to be kept. These are almost prison-level patients. The security at this place is immense. Once a nurse mistakenly flushed her keys down the loo. It was a real mistake. They had to replace everybody's keys because they didn't know whether somebody was there on the outside waiting for it out by a drain to try and break somebody out. They had to have that level of security. So that gives you some idea about how important that place is. And if you watched Bedlam 2 years ago, that was also at that hospital and dealt with similar groups of patients, and just shows you how much. And I think anything to do with highlighting the world of mental health is very important at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, the correct answer is the last episode of The Missing.
Well, of course, but we always tend to go for something new. So,
well, in that case, then
but you can go for the.
No, I'll say Rillington Place, which is a 3-part serial killer drama on Tuesday at 9. Oddly, on BBC One. It seems an odd place to put this. I thought this would be sort of Sunday nights, but there you go. It stars Tim Roth and who else is in this?
It's based on the life of John Christie, isn't it?
Yeah, Tim Roth is playing John Christie. I know...
Ethel, his wife, is played by somebody.
I want to say it's Samantha Morton, but I don't think...
Well, that's okay. You can say that, and we'll find out who's right in a minute.
And also, My Fat Diaries, both Jodie Comer and of the team.
Yes.
And Nico Mikulegru. Yeah, it is Samantha Morton.
Also, I should mention that starting tonight is a new Swedish crime drama called Modus. But you can catch up on iPlayer because this podcast probably won't come out till after that episode has been shown. You can follow Luke send him a little message. Send him a little bit of love on Twitter at Luke Custard TV. You can follow Matt at Matt's TV Bites, and you can follow myself at The Gary Show. You can like us on Facebook. Just search for The Custard TV. And
Facebook.com/The Custard TV.
Or you could search The Custard.
You could. Yeah. Why not?
And we're on iTunes. Go and give us this, by the way, is episode 151. We decided not to celebrate our 150th.
No.
Because, hey, 2016 sucks.
We better get out 2016 soon.
Yeah,
we'll get out of here alive.
Yeah, but the thing is, 2017 is going to be worse. I mean, look what's coming.
Why?
January. Well, Trump's president in 2017.
Well, they're doing a recount, aren't they, at the moment?
Oh, are they? Well, no, Hillary won more than 2 million more public votes. It's not to do with that.
They're recounting Wisconsin or something.
It's not going to make a difference. Look what happened in Florida with the hanging chads and all that.
And on that note...
Yeah. Give up, people. Go hibernate till Christmas.
Look.
Bye.
Bye.